Yes.
Wake up and bring all of you to the world. Breathe in the gifts of God herself moving through, with, for, and about you. And breathe out the treasure that is you.
Tell it, Sista Jenya.
Make an offering of yourself into this great, great world. Now, can I get a blessed be?
Blessed be!
Yes! Lovely friends, when I had the idea for this sermon, I was so excited. I thought so many things I wanted to say, how I wanted to express this idea of waking up in our lives, our responsibilities, waking up to our joys, and I was itching to get down to it. And I wrote the first draft, and I read it to my husband, and he said, well, that is a very interesting philosophical discussion. But where's the heart? Which was a very good question. Because, of course, the secret of writing something memorable is that you bring your heart to it. But that is a very scary thing to do when you're talking about the subject of don't go back to sleep. Because waking up means that you might get scared. Or you might cry, or you might become afraid. Or I might write something that made you cry. Or made you all become afraid.
Yes,
And who wants to do that?
go ahead, man.
Yes, we do. We want to be.
Bring it, Jenya.
Yes. We want to become scared. And we want to cry.
Yeah.
We want to go there because that's exactly where deep change happens.
Yeah.
And we don't practice our spiritual path so we can avoid fear and sadness.
That's right.
We practice our spiritual path so we can become more fit.
Yes.
To take our place as powerful, compassionate beings in this world. Yes?
Right.
Yes.
But there's no denying that to write on the subject is hard. Don't go back to sleep. Oh, but my bed of ignorance is so cozy. If I wake up, I'm probably going to see some things that I don't want to see.
Oh, yeah.
I might see, for instance, huge swaths of the ocean destroyed by rapacious greed. Oh, wait, I did see that. That's right.
Wait a minute.
I might see people proudly speaking from their ignorance, taking actions that I find reprehensible.
Yes.
Grasping for power over because they have no power within.
That's
Oh,
right.
yeah.
That's right.
Jenya.
I might see
Tell us.
that. I just might. Oh, that's right. I did see that. The world can be cold and unforgiving, and I don't want to think about that. I want to rest comfortable in my dreaming and pull the blanket over my head and pretend like I'm sick. Oh, maybe too tired. I'm tired. I want to pretend like there's no big bad world out there.
There is.
Have y'all ever done that? Put the blanket over your head like that. Now, don't get me wrong, because sometimes we really do need to rest. Sometimes we really are sick or tired, and we need some time to get realigned with the rhythm of our souls, and that is important, but we need to come to that choice from a place of awareness and understanding, not from avoidance.
Yes.
My friend recently said, I think too many people are taking the ostrich as their power animal. Yes. But there is something that happens in that darkness sometimes. We recognize ourselves as part of a great cycle, and we take care appropriately of our minds and our bodies and our spirits, just the way that the earth in darkness cradles that little seed until it's time to grow again. And there are important gifts in that darkness. We breathe different in the darkness. The trees breathe different in the darkness. Visions of magic abound in our dreams. And when we are in pain, we are more open to God. Isn't that strange? But so precious. There's a line from a Rumi poem, a different Rumi poem than the one we're going to talk about later, that says, if you would wear a robe of spiritual sovereignty, let your eyes weep with the wanting. Tears are big, big magic. Big magic. In our deepest grieving, we find our most potent spiritual resources. The very core of our being, as our Sandra, who can't be with us today unfortunately, said, the bones of our soul. All the way down in there, when all else is gone, the flame of our connection to God shines. And that is a beautiful place to be. But do we get to stay there? No. Sometimes we call the desire to stay in darkness being in love with your wounds. And while there is no shame in being hurt or grieving or needing healing, we don't get to build a life of loving our brokenness.
No.
One of my teachers, Francesca de Granda, said, a healthy priest makes all things sound. And that's the truth. Whether you're standing up here and preaching, or you're in the choir, or you cut hair for a living, or you cook food, or whatever it is, everybody gets to be a healthy priest. Because the world requires our service. I have said it before, and I will say it again. The world requires our service. It is that simple. But how does it work? How do we make the connection? How do we move from the darkness into the light? And why on earth do we want to do that? Well, I'll tell you, because the breeze at dawn has secrets to tell.